So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm trusting that you're all doing well today. And like I'm sitting today and I'm starting to think, like, you know what? Before everyone is actually declared fit to vie or rather be a representative of the public domain, of the public office, some people have just to be tested, if they're mentally correct or not. Because tell me, what is this?
We have big news right now. MAGA has erupted this morning over Donald Trump posting an image of himself as Jesus and attacking the Pope. This is arguably one step too far for many Catholic MAGA supporters of the president. And while there is a major internal civil war brewing right now, supporters of his, like Michael Knowles, says, quote, I assume someone has already told him, but it behooves the president both spiritually and politically to delete the picture, no matter the intent. Brylan Holland, this is gross blasphemy. Faith is not a prop. You do not need to portray yourself as a savior when your record should speak for itself. The same God who saved Trump's life from that bullet sent his son Jesus to die for us.
Donald Trump is attacking the Pope and declaring himself Jesus. This all happened in the last 12 hours. Yesterday on Orthodox Easter, Trump tweeted a broadside against the Pope, a huge screed calling him weak on crime, terrible on foreign policy, suggesting that he's afraid of Donald Trump, and the only reason the Pope got picked is because the Vatican was so terrified of Donald Trump. Now, this comes on the news from earlier this week that Trump's Defense Department threatened to attack the Vatican, literally, physically, militarily attack the Vatican. This is pretty screwed up, guys. Well, then what happens? Last night on Orthodox Easter, Trump then tweets an image of himself as Jesus. Here you've got Trump on Truth Social. I looked it up. It's real.
Breaking news, Trump is now openly attacking the Pope and referring to himself as God, literally depicting himself as Jesus Christ. He posted this AI-generated photo on his Truth Social moments ago. I'm not joking, go check it out for yourself. Inside of this photo, he is wearing red and white robes, which are typically used in modern-day depictions of Jesus Christ. And inside of this photo, he's also using what seem to be divine powers to heal a sick man. This is, without question, him depicting himself as the Christian God.
Oh my God, I don't even know where to start with this one. I mean, what? Night on Orthodox Easter, Trump first attacked the Pope and then posted an AI image of himself as Jesus Christ healing the sick in white robes with fighter jet and eagles flying above him like angels. So let me just explain what happened. The Pope Leo said this week that God does not listen to the prayers of those who wage war. He called Trump's threat to destroy a whole civilization in Iran truly unacceptable, so he also prayed specifically for Ukraine on Orthodox Easter tonight. Trump's response, he called the Pope weak on crime and terrible for foreign policy. He said, if I wasn't in the White House, Leo wouldn't be in the Vatican. He claimed he is basically responsible for making the Pope. And then 40 minutes later, he posted himself as Jesus. And here's the most incredible part. Even Marjorie Taylor Greene, one of his biggest supporters, said, I'm quoting, it's more than blasphemy, it's an antichrist spirit. The Pope prays for Ukraine. Trump posts himself as Jesus.
Donald Trump did it again. And I always try and not make videos about this man. Like, I know everyone gets so heated and so battle ready for anything that has to do with Trump. But there is no denying what this is, this picture I'm going to show you. There is no denying it. I don't know how you could defend this in a biblical point of view. I don't know how you could defend this as a Christian who follows Trump. How can you defend this? How can you? That's blasphemy. He's portraying himself as Jesus, performing miracles. He posted this on his socials. He posted that. And don't give me the Jesus gives us authority to perform miracles. Y'all, that is not what he was thinking when he made that. He's a sinner too. Why is he so quick to judge? I am not the president of the United States. I do not have this type of influence. I am not trying to lead our country thinking that I'm Jesus performing miracles. Nope. If you don't agree with what I'm saying, or if you think this is fake, or whatever you're thinking right now, pray to God. He'll convict you. This is...
All right, so I'm going to speak up for 95% of Christians. It should be 100%, but for the sake of grace, we're going to make it 95. This should have never happened. I love my country. I do not like the personality of my president. Big difference. If you think that I'm a Trump supporter over my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ over this country, You're mistaken. Recently, Trump just dropped this on his Truth Social app. It's absolutely going viral and within good reason. We are called to pray for our country and the leadership in our country. Stop backing this up. Some are even saying that Trump didn't really mean to post that. Yeah, he did. Historically speaking, he doesn't have the best rap sheet. I wanted Trump because he was the lesser of two evils. Compared to Kamala Harris, it had to be Trump. Nobody could have foreseen Trump making posts like this in the future. And to be honest with you, I'm not even a fan of his spiritual supervisor. I think she's a little batshit crazy. Nobody, and I mean nobody, takes the place of God. The idea of making America great again should be the idea of all the American people. I'll say it plainly. The very second that MAGA becomes an occult rather than something that unifies this nation, I'm out of it. Let's remove the emotions. Biblically speaking, isn't the first time that God has blessed a nation and that nation turned their back on God, or, even worse, think they are God, because doing something like this is most definitely blasphemy. It is sacrilegious. And I'm happy to have a strong president, but if it means that we need to be mocking Jesus like this, count me out, brother.
So guys, tell me what you've just watched. That is just like out of this world, because I'm trying so hard, and this is not even funny. This is not even funny, because what kind of message is that? And even we had the Pope talking, and he said he doesn't have problem with Trump. He doesn't, the only thing that he doesn't concur with is him, coming in between humanity. And Trump has really tried to get into Pope. He's just trying to get ideas from people. He's trying to form allies with people. And once you refuse to be an ally, you're going to be cut off. So right now, he's generated an AI depicting himself as Jesus. That is the person who's going to come to save the United States of America. Because tell me, sometimes I feel like leaders, we give them like a lot of power so that they can just get out of hand and they can do anything they are doing. And who is going to question it anyway? So this is such a disappointment to the faith. I'm talking about the Christianity and all that, because you're trying to tell us that whatever you're doing everything to make the country go backwards. And right now you want to play some games. I'm like, up to this point, is he really okay? Because I feel like, as I said earlier, I feel like it's a mandate. It should be constituted. It should be like, you should put this on a constitution that before, but I know like maybe sometimes, because you can't elect somebody who's like mentally disoriented, because when we're talking about mentally disorientation, we're talking about some people have delayed mental disorders, and I feel like this is just one of them. Because tell me why. Tell me why, because you are coming in between so many people. And what I'm going through right now is looking at people reacting differently, and nobody's happy with this. And we're asking ourselves, a national leader is able to do that kind of stuff. So what about your subordinates? Yeah, these are kind of the people that will sit on their job. These are kind of people who will misuse their offices, and you won't say anything, because look at the person who leads you. If the person who leads you is able to do such sorts of things, like you could be able to do everything that you ever wanted. Yeah, so he's literally coming at the Pope because he asked for help, and nobody is condemning rather this act. Some people are just seated and they're like, what, he did this, he can be able to get away with this. And then the fact that you put it on the internet. So if you put it on the internet, it means that you want the world to see it, because even by the time you are erasing it, the people had already heard it. So you are depicting yourself as Jesus. I don't think that is how Jesus Christ will behave, because right now, even when we look back, everything is just going down. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm hoping that you're all doing well again today, and welcome to this platform where we discuss and we try to mitigate about the issues that affect people globally. So just in case you're new here, my name is Yvonne, and you are welcome to being part of my online family. To my returning subscribers, I really appreciate it. If you're new here, please subscribe and put a comment down below. Do you think that picture, that AI generated image that depicted Trump as Jesus, what effect does it have to the Christian faith? Is it like the jokes that he makes every time? Until next time.